Alright, so it's late, and I am not going to spend much time on the review of this stupid ass film because obviously they didn't spend much time writing this fucking movie. Look out. This is a movie I saw on Tubi. It was just added. I threw it on and watched, like 5-10 minutes of it to see, like, if it was worth my time. And the production value seemed fine. The acting from our lead seemed fine, good. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll stick it out. I had checked IMDb while I was watching it. It had a really low score, and I was like, this seems like it's unfair. No, it's not unfair. No, because the movie completely fucking falls apart in the last like 20 minutes. It's a shocking turn of events for me. Like, the rest of the film up until that point was fine. It was adequate. It was like watchable. The lead character was fine. As I said, like, everything was just like watchable. I was like, all right, I'm going along with this. Let's see where this ends up. Let's see if this actually has any payoff to it. Because, essentially what we got going on here is there is a forest ranger. She is doing a lookout tower for fire watch, and she's going to be out there for a month. This is her first time doing it. And so she goes out there and, she's running from something or she's chasing something, right? Like, that's the kind of conversation they're having in this. And she forms this little bit of a friendship with someone on the other end that she's reporting her findings to. And, there's some dumbass moments for sure, but, nothing unforgivable. Like, there's this interaction. It's supposed to be like, wow, work really sucks. And this guy's a real asshole. Like, she saves this girl's life and all she gets is reprimanded for it. That scene was really frustrating and annoying, but yeah, who knows? I mean, I guess you got to do your job correctly. Otherwise, it's like, no matter how good what you just did was, you still weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing. So I got to yell at you and belittle you and make you feel like shit about this amazing thing you just did. Whatever, putting that aside, like, I was just curious on where this was heading. It was kind of just, honestly, meandering a bit, because the horror doesn't really kick in until later in the movie. There's some elements of it here, like there's some mystery or potential, threats, I guess, looming, but very, very little. It's just mostly just kind of her hanging out at the tower, doing her job. And you're getting to know her and you're doing some character building and whatnot. And you're like, all right. Let's see where this heads. Let's see where this goes. Right? I was giving it the benefit of the doubt, even though it wasn't really all that engaging. It was still watchable, like I said. Then around about the 20 minutes left mark-ish, she steps on a bear trap or some kind of a trap. I know this is a spoiler, but this is where it goes from there. Everything from that point is shockingly awful. Like, it just felt like they had... This is how it felt like this. It's like they either had a different movie that they were going towards, and then someone just took over in the last bit of filming and was like, this is boring. Let's just, try to amp things up, and just kind of disregarded the rest and was like, now we're just going to do this. Because there's this like villain character that comes in, and it is so poorly done. Everything from that point is laughably awful. The writing, the acting, the delivery, the direction, everything feels cheap. Everything feels like not thought through at all. Like, I don't understand how you go from like an okay, fine film, watchable movie, and that's just it too. Like, the acting in this up till that point was fine. It was serviceable. It was getting us through from point A to point B, right? Had the rest of the film been like this, I wouldn't have made it 5 minutes. Right? But then from that point, things start happening that are like so out of left field for me, where I was like, am I missing something here? Like, what the fuck? How did we turn into this? And the performances, I guess, just because they were having to actually have a they were supposed to show off their range, right? Like, if they're just kind of being basic characters talking about basic things, their acting chops held up there, right? But as soon as they were asked for a little bit more beyond just like a baseline, whereas like, you know, you just kind of the normal talk, as soon as they had to act scared or act tough or act whatever, then it was just like they fucking fell apart. Then all of a sudden, and I blame a decent amount of this honestly on the director, because the direction in this is abysmal once we get to that last 20 minutes. That's why I'm saying this is what's so weird. And I had said that there's like, A, that's what happened, or B, like, with like how this changed, it almost felt like, I don't even know how to explain it. I had a second option, and now I'm totally forgetting what that option was. But it's like somehow something took over. It just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like it matches the rest of the film. So it was an experience. It was like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? You could have just had a very generic follow through, and I would have just, you know, walked away from this saying like, it was okay-ish, whatever. It's not terrible. It's not good. It's just somewhat watchable. You know, I would pass on this. Now, with this last 20 minutes, I'm straight out saying it's a terrible film. Like, genuinely awful. I don't know what the fuck they were trying to pull off. The villain and then the other characters that come in and the dialogue that's exchanged between them. I don't understand. I can't for the life of me ever understand how movies like this get made. I know this sounds like elitist, or like I know better, right? Like I'm some fucking genius filmmaker who could easily do better than everyone else. But I don't get how scripts like this get passed, like how they get fucking funded, how anyone looks at this and is like, yeah, this is gonna work. This is totally an adequate script. It really does make you wonder, like, is there something else going on? Was there like a producer that stepped in and was like, I'm not liking the dailies. You got to up it, you got to step it up a notch. Here's some notes, and I'm producing this thing, so they're not really notes, they're demands. Right? I'm gonna take over this production. I don't like how you're directing this. Give over the reins to me. I'm gonna fucking punch this thing up. And this, you know, this producer, this fictional producer I've created in my head is just talentless. Like, that's the only thing that makes any sense to me. Or it's like money laundering, right? It's like, you know, it's just make a script, AI script. I mean, I guess that's possible. I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand how movies like this get made. I don't understand how it has a budget of some sort. Guys, there's some scenes, and I know some of you are like, I gotta see this shit. I mean, okay, sure. I would just fast forward to the trap around the leg thing. Maybe watch the first like 5 minutes or so, and that's gonna give you a good idea of the first like hour. You'll just it's just that for like an hour straight, like a cute girl alone, just kind of walking the tower and noticing little things and talking to some guy about her life and whatnot. Like, that's majority of the movie. So you can see a few minutes of that, understand her performance, understand like how it feels, if you're like super super interested to see how much this flips. I've talked about this too long, way too long. I said I wasn't going to spend too much time on it, but it just, I know I do these reviews once in a while where I just get up on my high horse and my soapbox and I start being like, oh, I could do it so much better. With movies like this, yes. With movies like this, 100%. Right? I hate to sound like an asshole, but that's just true. Like, there's no fucking way I would ever write a script this terrible. No fucking way. You know, could I make the film work? That's tough for sure. Right? Like, writing something and then executing something is a totally different thing. But I just don't understand how scripts like this are written. So anyway, I'm sure the writer of this movie is probably watching this like, fuck you, you're the worst, you're a piece of shit. All right, that's fine. I'm an asshole, whatever. uh, I gotta go to bed. It's late. I got work in the morning. Yeah, I'll say this. I mean, if you're gonna watch a, people in a lookout tower movie from this year, watch The Gorge with Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy. Obviously, a much different production value, acting talent. Like, I'm not trying to compare the two. I'm just saying, hey, I usually like, if you haven't noticed, 9 times out of 10, if I have a film that I really hate, I almost always give you guys like a counter recommendation of like, okay, this shit was terrible, but here's a movie that is similar-ish, that did work, that is good, and is also from this year. In this case, so The Gorge. If for some reason you missed it, it's a fun, like action thriller horror creature feature with one of the most beautiful women on planet Earth. So check that out. And that's that. This movie's dog shit. And because of the last 20 minutes, for sure. God damn. All right. Adios.